What's up, all my old guys on the channel? We got another one for you here today. We're gonna go over one of the best passes for old people. And this isn't just for old people, this is for people who don't wanna do a lot of work passing, or maybe they feel like their footwork's not that great and they don't wanna get knocked over, and they wanna have a really, really good response for one of the biggest metas in the sport, which is inside position. So inside position is the concept that really Danaher made famous with the leg lock revolution back in early 2000s, I suppose, into the early 2010s. But the idea of inside position is that if Christian's legs are inside of my legs, if his limbs are inside of my limbs, typically on ground grappling, not up in wrestling as much, but in ground grappling, he's much safer than me because I have no ability to isolate his limbs. He owns all the inside position. And so a lot of times what he's looking for is to get double feet inside, and then he's trying to bring his legs to the inside and look for leg entries like this. So this is something that Danaher really popularized within the sport, and it's what so many guard players are going to be looking for when you're passing against them. So when we're passing, what I'm going to do is show you how to deal with when somebody gets the best form of inside position they could and how to use that against them. So first of all, as an older grappler, when you first approach somebody in the passing position, if they're a good guard player, they're probably going to be playing a seated guard. They're probably going to be aggressive, and you need to be able to nullify this. He's much more offensive, and he has much better ability to dictate the terms of engagement when he's sitting up. If he's on his back and I walk away, there's no ability for him to follow me without sitting back up, right? So he wants to stay seated so he can come towards me, he can move away, he can do whatever he needs to do. So what we want to do, since a lot of older and non-athletic people are less mobile, we want to be able to make them less mobile and make this a more even playing field, right? So a couple ways to do this. One of my favorite ways is simply to just push on the head, okay? Put them down onto their back. We could also reach down and grab the feet and start lifting. And if he's square again, we could also grab one foot, one shoulder, and push him down like this to make sure he gets on his back. Another really safe way to do this, and this is a really good one to do because it comes and it plays into the concept of coming in behind your hands. When I come into guard, I don't come up like this. This is a really bad idea. I'm just giving him everything he wants because I'm not blocking my legs at all. What I want to do is come in behind my hands so that I can make first contact with my hands. I keep my arms by me so I'm not going to get pulled out of balance if he grabs my arm, and now he's able to enter my legs. So I have my knees and elbows together. I'm walking forward and I have my hands down. I want to reach up and grab these legs, okay? Or if he's really close to me, I'm putting my head position into him like this, so it's very difficult for him to actually start wrestling up. He tries to wrestle up from here. I have head position, so he can't get up, and I'm pushing him backwards, down into the floor, to make him go back down to his back. So that's step one. We want to get him down to his back. Now, however you guys already really like to pass, go ahead and do it. Because we don't necessarily want to give up this position, but it's a great position to use once we've kind of lost the second battle, which is the inside position and trying to actually get outside the legs. So when we're passing, we're trying to get outside the legs like this, or we're trying to go through the legs with things like knee cuts or headquarters passes or things like that. So we can go about our business and start using our typical passing, but what might happen is that he ends up scoring inside position on me. It happens. It's a thing that's very common, even if you're a good passer. So when I get here, I might put him down to his back, and then he gets a double inside position on me. Now, this can be a problem. Let's say he's on his back. So this could be a problem because at this point, all he needs to do is grab onto my leg, shoot this one through, and he goes into leg locks, and now I'm having to deal with disentangling this and stepping out and things like that. Stuff I don't necessarily want to do. If you want more techniques like this that are high percentage, easy to implement, and will totally change your game, go ahead and check the free course at link in bio. It's called High ROI Grappling. You'll get that today totally for free. And then also, if you need any new gear, the channel is now sponsored by X Martial. So go ahead and click the link that's in the pinned comments below and get 15% off any gear from X Martial with code CRASH&FLOW. So what we can do instead is come this way a little bit. Is as soon as I have him on his back and he gets this double inside position, I'm going to bring my knees into this stupid looking like baby giraffe stance. It looks really dumb, but it's actually very stable, and it'll make it very hard for him to shoot his legs through because there's not any gap for him to put them through, right? So as soon as I get here, what I'm looking to do is take one hand on the knee, like this, a pulling grip, and one hand on the rib cage, like right by his hip, his floating ribs and hip, and then I'm gonna put my head down. So what this does is, let's say he grabs my ankles and tries to put me down. I'm holding on to his knee, I'm connected to him. So it's really hard for him to bring me backwards. And then if he tries to pull me in and elevate me, I have this post on his stomach, so he can't bring me in. And now I'm putting my weight on him, so he doesn't even like to stay in this position. I'm putting my head down and I've got my weight on him. So what everybody does is they start to panic and they just try to force the entry. He's gonna try to push his legs through. And when I feel tension in the legs, I'm gonna take the hand that was on the knee and just shuck it by really quickly so that his legs hit the ground from overextension. And then I'm gonna leg ride him. So I get here and he extends, and I just jump by and I shuck this knee down. Now that the knee is shut down, I can put my legs on top of his legs, I can staple them, and now we're into everybody's favorite, Craig Jones power ride, all that stuff where we're starting to leg ride, make him make bad decisions because he can't get his legs out from underneath of him, and he starts coming up on his elbow, things like that. All these dumb things people do, you reach down below them and pull it out from underneath them and drag them through, and then maybe look for arm triangles or back takes and things like that. So again, I'll show it from this angle. I'm coming in behind my hands, I put him down onto his back in some fashion, any of the ones we talked about, and then for some reason he scores this position on me. Once he scores this, I'm bringing my knees together immediately. And now I'm grabbing a knee and a rib cage. It doesn't matter which, you can go either way. Whatever your preference is, just do that. So I go here, he gets frustrated because he can't push me backwards, right? Because I'm holding onto his knee, I'm connected, he can't bring me forward, because I'm posting onto his body. And then so ultimately he's just gonna try to force the position, he pushes, and I shuck. Now we can either leg ride, or I can simply put my hands around his waist. He's not even necessarily gonna lift it right away, but as he tries to squirm out of this position, go ahead, he lifts his body, and that gives me a side body lock. And now we can put our head in front of his chest so he can't turtle in that direction. And I have my elbow put into his thigh right here so that he can't turn into me. Try to turn into me, he can't. He tries to turtle, he can't. I have him completely locked up here. We can step over the legs and head straight into mount from here.